Are you looking for a place to source a massive library of physical media, Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray content? So I wanted to make this video to draw attention to a really awesome service that's available out there on the interwebs. They've been operating for quite actually a long time now, and that's 3dBlu-rayrental.com. Yes, a pay for physical media mail order rental service. Sounds like Netflix, right? Well, it's a whole lot better than Netflix. 3D Blu-ray Rental, as they're named, I think came along many years ago, providing access to be able to rent via mail 3D Blu-rays. Back when Netflix I don't think actually ever provided rentals of 3D content. And so the company grew and it stayed in operation, now has a massive focus on renting 4K discs as well as still a massive library of high definition Blu-rays and some other things as well. But I always liked this service much more than Netflix when renting discs was a really popular thing to do. And the reason for that is back in the day, Netflix kind of switched over to providing rental copies of their discs, and the rental copies were, generally speaking, substandard copies of the movies. They didn't have lossless audio in some cases, and Netflix never made the transition to renting 4K stuff either. So for all intents and purposes, to me, Netflix disc rental as a business has long been dead and buried. But if you're an enthusiast and you're not necessarily a collector, I really want to highly recommend that you think about 3dBlu-rayrental.com as a source for content. If you want something more than streaming, if you're not looking to spend up to get into something like Kaleidescape, and again, you don't want to buy your own discs, or maybe you don't want to buy every discs, but you still want to watch stuff at a disc level, premium, higher bitrate, lossless audio quality, you need to be able to rent in order to access that content. And I did make a video a little while back recommending maybe to check out your local library. I have an excellent library here, but it still pales in comparison to the volume and titles that are available to rent from 3D Blu-ray Rental. This might just be your ticket. If you fit that mold, you want access to a larger library of content, you don't want to buy it. Redbox, in my experience nowadays, is pretty much terrible. The Redboxes around me never get refreshed. They never really have the newest, latest stuff. And really, who wants to necessarily drive to the Redbox and have to drive back to return things versus just having things delivered to your doorstep? So Blu-ray Rental, 3dBlu-rayrental.com. Massive library of content available. Most things to rent are several dollars, up to maybe about $10 if you rent individually. However, note that they do have a handful of subscription plans. I think 5 different subscription plans, specifically ranging from allowing you to rent 2 discs a month all the way up to 16. And I think the way the service works is pretty cool in terms of logging in with your account on their website. Depending on your subscription plan, once you're fully subscribed and registered, you can enact your rentals for generally speaking no additional cost. They will send them to you, and you can go ahead and log your next rental, basically in conjunction or with sending the movie back. So if you're renting several movies a month, you're watching several movies a month, you can kind of keep a steady flow of stuff going out and coming back to you, I think, which was pretty nice. If they have a movie coming in that's not specifically listed as in stock, it might say short wait. You can kind of pre-rent the items that are available on a short wait, and when that disc does become available, it kind of operates in a queue system, essentially. They will send the disc out to you once they have it when you become next in line to get it. So it's all pretty seamless. It's all pretty simple. They come in white mailers, similar to what anybody might have been used to from Netflix. A lot of times they'll be in a cardboard kind of sleeve right to your mailbox and return them right back from your mailbox as well. Shipping times have always been pretty good. I haven't had a problem with that. This is a service that I've kind of been in and out of over the years as a user, as I've folded in and out of kind of different levels of physical media. But I wanted to give it a plug because I think they're great. I'm glad to see, of course, that they've maintained. They're still in business. Some of their offerings have changed. They've necessarily had to raise some prices, the cost of shipping things, going all around. I think in today's economic conditions, starts to add up. But I think it's a really niche service. Everybody is aware of Netflix, but I don't think a whole lot of folks have heard of 3D Blu-ray rental. A couple other things that I like is they basically get everything. So if there's new discs coming out, they get them all. As I've been a subscriber in the past, one thing that I've always found them very receptive to is if there's actually a disc that you would like to watch, to get, that they don't have, they take requests. So you can email them in, say, hey, I'd really love to rent this title. Could you folks get it? And I've done that a number of times as I've been a subscriber in the past, and I don't think I've ever been told no, never been denied. They'll go ahead and procure stuff. I think they figure if people are asking for it, or one person asks for it, right, probably multiple people might end up wanting to rent it. They put it in the library and send it out to you. That's pretty sweet. The other kind of props that I'll give them, as I have rented discs from them, and if I do have a disc that has a problem, it has scratches, it doesn't operate or play correctly, again, real simple matter. Just email their address, tell them, hey, I got this movie, it's not working right. And every single time that I've had to do that, immediately, no problem, we'll send you the replacement. Go ahead and send us the faulty one back, and the replacement, will not count against the disc count of your subscription. So yeah, credit where credit's due. I think they're kind of the last of their breed, but I think, especially with the resurgence that physical media seems to be having of late and coming out of COVID, there's so many releases being announced, catalog titles, all this stuff. So, physical media is kind of hanging around here for a little while. And I think that a company, a service like this is a really great play for a lot of folks. And I don't know what their subscriber base is, but I have to imagine they're kind of on the smaller side. So I want to give them the plug. Check them out. See what you think. And if being a 3D Blu-ray rental subscriber is something that adds some value to you in terms of how you consume media, awesome. At least to their benefit and longevity, I probably don't see a whole lot of other companies scrambling to establish a new business model in this space. So let's keep them alive as long as we can. So if you have any questions, sound off in the comments. If you happen to be a subscriber to this service, to this company, please share your story in the comments. Let other folks know what you think about them. If you've had a thumbs up experience, if you've had any kind of a thumbs down experience. My times as a subscriber in and out have always been positive, and as mentioned, when I've ever had a problem, the folks have addressed it, being able to request content be added to the library. I think it's only been great. Post away, let me know what you think. Otherwise, please do all the regular YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, post those comments, even if it's just a thanks or a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, take a look down in the description below. There's super thanks, there's Amazon affiliate links, channel membership, direct donations, and more available to you to keep the channel going and let me procure and talk about all kinds of more awesome new stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Coming back for more home theater discussion and fun.